Now, there was a major security lapse after a man jumped on the road and blocked President Uhuru Kenyatta's official car in Lakisama, right here in Nairobi. Now, the unidentified man is seen standing by the roadside as the president's convoy drove by, and unexpectedly, he charged towards the moving convoy just as the security lead car drove past a handful of bystanders, bringing the president's car to a stop. He was then forced off the road by security. Our senior reporter, Rita Tinina, reports on the unimaginable move in Lakisama that came a few days after another one in Lamu County.
Uhuru Kenyatta, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the most powerful man on Kenyan soil, a man who enjoys the highest level of security in the country. From the Presidential Escort Unit, headed by a commander, the General Service Unit's REC Squad, to the G Company, the President has at his disposal security personnel with specialized training who have one main task: to keep him safe. But there has been a near miss in the President's security this year, not once or twice, 3 times. The latest in Lakisama, Babadogo, on Wednesday. The President was on his way to preside over the official launch of the ultra-modern Neema slaughterhouse in Lakisama. A few people stood by the roadside at this point, excited to see the President in their neighborhood. And as they waved, one man had a different and well-calculated agenda. In a flash of a second, this man sprang onto the road, bringing the President's car, a Toyota Land Cruiser V8, to an abrupt halt. Talk of courage, or is it a death wish? And just as fast as he had jumped onto the road, he was grabbed and pushed away by a bodyguard and a police officer. The President, who was seated at the front of the car, continued with his trip. This incident coming just a week after another security lapse in Lamu. As the President gave his speech during the commissioning of the first berth at the Lamu port, a man tried to approach the President.
Our vision needs to be bold.
The President was startled, but shrugged it off. For such a function, the room and people attending go through a thorough security check. The man who pulled off the move had questions on why he did it. Those in charge of security for the event had to explain how it happened. The Lakisama and Lamu incidents lasted a few seconds. But on the 2nd of March this year, security was breached for more than 15 minutes. After attending the burial of Juja MP Francis Waititu, the President left for State House and unnoticed a businessman driving a Range Rover joined the motorcade. And he drove in the convoy for 35 kilometers from Juja right into State House. On this one too, there were questions to answer. The safety of the President is of importance to the country. Millions of shillings are set aside for the purchase of the most sophisticated security equipment and the specialized training of those charged with guarding the President. The head of state gets the best that money can buy, the best a country can offer. But with recent security lapses, just how safe is the President? Rita Tinina, KTN News.
Well, a good question, and I'm just speaking to Simi Werunga, who is a security analyst, and he terms it as a terrible